And right now, around the world, when we talk about epicenter of coronavirus, we know that it started from China and then went to Europe and the US. And right now, the new epicenter probably could be in South America. And already we have got reports that domestic violence among family in South America has been increasing quite dramatically. Let's take a look at this story.
Fear ran through my body. I'll be honest and I said, today all this ends. Today I'm gonna make the decision and I'm gonna leave. Where? How? I don't know. I didn't plan it. This is the voice from a Mexican woman who survived from the violence. Besides the terribleness of the pandemic, Latin women also have to live in the fear because of the violence. Weeks of confinement imposed by the coronavirus pandemic is taking a chilling toll on women and girls across Latin America, where the number of calls to helplines have soared, made by victims of domestic violence who cannot flee. Victoria Guerre from the Argentine NGO Mumala, which campaigns against violence related to macho culture, says, "The confinement is plunging thousands of women into hell, trapped with the attacker, who they are more afraid of than the coronavirus." A staggering 3,800 women were murdered in Latin America in 2019, an 8% increase on the previous year, according to the preliminary data from the Observatory of Gender Equality at CEPAL of the UN's Economic Commission for Latin America and the Caribbean. Wendy Figueroa, coordinator of the National Network of Shelters for Women, says she saw a very significant increase in phone calls, distress messages, counseling, either on social networks or by mail, of 60%. And in the first 3 weeks of this campaign, there was a 5% increase to shelters nationwide. Until today, they still don't have a clear, comprehensive strategy that will be implemented to address the COVID-19 with an intercultural approach, a human rights approach, and gender perspective. The UN Secretary General, Antonio Guterres, issued a call for a domestic violence ceasefire as lockdowns extended into April. He says, "Unfortunately, many women and girls are particularly exposed to violence precisely where they should be protected in their own homes." According to the information from National Women's Institute in Mexico City, emergency calls have increased since the start of the lockdown on March 24, and estimated that around 200 women have been murdered since quarantine measures began.